Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 5 minutes. For those of you that are maybe new to these videos, real quick, what do I mean when I say live? What I mean is that this is not a situation where everything has already been recorded and now I'm coming back and doing a trade recap or some sort of post commentary, nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information live for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw reactions, raw emotions, you'll get that here. But to honor your time, if you are seeking out a nicely edited video, a nicely scripted video, you're not going to get that here. But if you just kind of want a nitty gritty, dirty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then you'll find that with the video. So like I said, market opens up here in about 5 minutes. Probably going to watch Tesla out of the opening gates, which has been the norm lately. But I'm going to go ahead and pause and I'll see you back at the open. All right, the markets are open. And I was watching Tesla. The market's been open about 45 seconds, but before I got the video rolling again, switched over here to CHWY. Interested at 92.50, but might actually potentially be able to get a better long-sided trade than that. We'll see if this thing wants to pull back some more. What is that high? So maybe 91.25. So this thing's just pulling back here a little bit right now, but we'll see if this thing wants to potentially turn itself around. Like I said, it might just want to pull back a bit more, which is exactly what it's doing right now. If you do hear typing, I'm just making alerts in the chat room. If you're not familiar, I do offer community. So right now, just saying, CHW watching for signs of bounce because the context is bullish. So that's what I'm all about right now, trying to figure out if there's any sort of sign of potential bounce here. But right now, this thing just continues to pull back. And I'm not very familiar with this one, and that kind of shows right there because that move up through 91 happened very quickly, and then back down, it's gone. But all right, well, let's actually go over, check on Tesla. How's Tesla doing here? Not a whole lot going on. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause for now. Not quite sure on Tesla here. I like it, but I don't love it. So I'm going to maneuver around that by just going smaller share size here at 50 shares. So I'm watching 650.50 as a potential short, meaning I would want to see the price come down. But as of now, it's holding up strong. So in there at 650.50. So let's see if this thing does indeed want to pull back some more. All right, all out there for just a $68 loss. That was one of those where I needed to see it break down right at that moment. And if it didn't, then I'm not going to take the risk that this thing ultimately turns back upwards because, yeah, I mean, it is in an uptrend. So I was looking for it to break down at that moment. It didn't, went back up. So starting down the day, $68, nothing that is going to send me to the poorhouse. I feel confident in that being a hole I can manage, but let's see what else I can find. All right, well, I'm interested once again at 650.50, assuming it comes into play. Because we could have a very interesting candle here. But to be fair, maybe this is actually the start of a bigger move to the upside. But if 650.50 comes back into play, really even 651. In at 651.26. Let's see if we can get a move to the downside here finally. Again, just 50 shares. So even if I got suckered back in, which is looking like I might have, It's nothing huge. What is that? Break right there. So what is that? Low 650. In fact, I'm going to add at 652 if 652 comes back into play. But if this is the start of a bigger breakout, well, then I'm glad I only did 50 shares because that's not going to... It's not going to send me to the poorhouse. But yeah, like I said, if 652 wants to come back into play, I will add to the position. Starting to come back down. You know, there's a 5 minute right there. Watching 652 very close. In at 652.21. So now I'm up, or now I'm at 100 shares. So let's see if we can get some movement now down in my favor. Well, not a good ad looking like. So if this goes over, yeah, 655, I will have to bow out of the trade. So this is either going to roll over and start to go in my favor, or else I'm going to have to just take the loss and move on and admit that I was wrong. I still think it's got a chance to roll back over. Now, when I say roll back over, I don't mean like crash down to 640s or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's still got some potential to do that. In fact, should I be looking to add again at 652? Add in another 50 shares, because that would be looking pretty impressive. So I got to think though. Do I want to add in some more? I'm going to hold off on adding. Yeah, 652. Putting up quite a bit of a fight here. Can it get... Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Clay, you bonehead. Why didn't you add? All right. Well, I have 25 shares left. What a move that was. I don't know. I feel like that thing could just snap right back upwards, though, because that was so overdone. I'm just going to take what it gave me. Okay. Well, $162. What a crazy move that was. And, of course, in hindsight, I should have added. And I would have added my entire account had I known that sort of move was coming. But holy smokes. Well, very happy with the way that one turned out. No idea it was going to go that far that fast. But, hey, sometimes when you just hang in there, I was getting prepared to potentially have a loss there, but ultimately rolled over in my favor. And I definitely should have listened to my gut instincts and said, hey, you might want to add again at 652. I didn't. I hesitated, and then you just saw it right there. That hesitation cost me, because that would have been a very nice move had I had another 50 shares to enjoy that downwards movement. But it is what it is. So $162 on that one. But just and I thought this morning was going to be pretty eventful. That's why I got the video going. I mean, I have no problem at all admitting that I hit the record button. I do YouTube videos when I think there's going to be an opportunity to make some cool videos. Like, I'm here to try to make a cool video. Now, for you longer time watchers, you know that sometimes I don't post two cool videos. I post videos of me losing money. That's not very cool. But I'm trying to do these when I think the action is going to be good, when I think I can make a cool YouTube video. And I thought the action would be good this morning. And from that angle of things, I got things, I don't want to say totally wrong because I just made some money, but things are not nearly as active as what, I thought they would be. CHWI, a 89.75. That's interesting, but like I said, I'm just not very familiar with CHWI, so that one's got me a little worried. But all right, well, there we go. Kind of a cool little trade there on Tesla. At least you saw just how quickly things can go, sometimes in your favor. Sometimes they can go against you, which is why you want to have those stop losses and stuff. But in that situation, Tesla happened to roll over in my favor in a hurry, which was fantastic. But yeah, and I'm glad I didn't make any move on Chewy there because now it's starting to head downwards. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. It just dawned on me. I totally forgot that, but I was down $68, wasn't I? Because I was wondering, well, how was that trade only $162? I'm looking at the numbers thinking, what is going on? But no, that's because I was down. So that was over, the second trade was over a $200 trade. But that's why it was throwing me off. But yeah, totally forgot that. That was actually my second Tesla trade, and the first one was the loss. So if anything, just goes to show that you manage risk, you keep it manageable, and then you don't have to trade like a superhero. I mean, think about that. The trade that I kind of screwed up on because I didn't add more, still not only wiped away my losses, but now it put me nicely into the green. And when you consider that I've only been at it for 20 minutes, I mean, $160 in 20 minutes. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not worth your time, but I don't know many places in the world where you can make $160 in 20 minutes. And like I said, that includes a losing trade. So, nope, that's not what I wanted. VIAC, what's going on? Oh, can't even, no shares to short. Well, that's disappointing. Go shares to short for those of you that are maybe new, meaning trying to make money when prices are going down. So that's what I did on Tesla. I wanted to see Tesla go down because I shorted the stock. And when you short a stock or short whatever, you want to see values, you want to see prices go down. And if they go down, you actually make money. As crazy as that sounds, it's totally possible. And that's what's been going on. But because I can't short stock on VIAC, kind of disappointing because that's, what it's been doing right now is dropping down. But overall, just kind of wanted to clear that up because in my mind, I was thinking, how am I only up $162? And okay, well, that's why, because I forgot I was that first trade, I was down $68-ish. Right, I'm watching 217 here. Yeah, 217. Whoops, I don't want 25 shares. That would be 500 shares. Whoops. Well, that cost me. As I left that at 25 shares, so as I was changing that back to 500 shares, it actually broke down below 217. So as of now, I've missed the entry point. If it wants to come back up and come back down, I'm still interested at this area. But eventually, that initial move down, maybe a good thing if this thing all of a sudden bounces. Maybe luck is really on my side today, and it'll be a good thing that I just didn't. Good field there. And Tesla actually still coming down a little bit more, where I thought it could, snap back. Never really did, just rolled back over. Nope, BIDU. So there we go. Tesla worked out very nicely in my favor, but that little miscue of that share size looking like it's going to come back to get me here. And it absolutely is, as this thing's looking like it's headed down to at least 216. So the market is a very fair, there it is. There's basically 216 there. So the market said, yeah, we'll help you out with Tesla. Oh, you didn't have your share size right though. Sorry, Clay. There it goes down below. We're going to make you pay the price here on BIDU. Well, if there's any sort of consolidation prize on this, I suppose, knowing that I alerted this in the chat room right there, 217 flush point. So for members out there, good to know that any members that did not make the boneheaded move like I did are doing well on it, had the opportunity there, at least as of now, at least a dollar move in their favor, if not even more to come. But oh well, it is what it is. Like I said, I'll live vicariously through the members that took that alert. All right, 657.50. Watching closely, could potentially give back my gains on the day if I'm wrong here, but I mean, I'm up $160, and within the grand context of things, even if I, go red $100, let's just say, I'm totally fine. So it's something I'm willing to do because I do like to set up enough to take on the risk. But the risk I need to be okay with, which I am, is I could potentially go red. In at 657.50. So let's see if we can get this thing to break down. I love the candle that's formed here. Not just a question of, is this thing going to break down, or is it going to just kind of mow through these candlesticks, which is possible, but I like the odds that it doesn't do that. But nothing is guaranteed in the markets. So I think this thing at least wants to get down to 657. I mean, like minimum. And that's where it would need to go for me to even be able to think about potentially taking profits. So at this point, it's just a question of, is it going to roll over? I mean, these candlesticks that I'm looking at right now, a thing of beauty. But are they going to get follow through? That's just the question. So getting down towards 657. Got the break of it. A very, very weak break, though. See if it wants to give it another try. Well, I did get somewhat of a move down, but like I said, never even got down to that 657 mark, which is where I really wanted to see it. If it can break through 657, though, I mean, I like the potential of it. But it's just a question of, can the price actually break down through it? So trying again. Knocking on the door. Knocking on the door. Got it through again, but just no downwards push on the bid. So 657 is disappearing on the bid, but there just isn't any sort of follow through, which is worrisome. So took out 25 there just because, I mean, I got the 657, which is what I said I wanted, but see what I mean? It's just not going. It's just not going at all. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out. Gave it plenty of time, and it just didn't want to go. So a very modest trade there. I don't even know what I made on it, but I'm glad I got the 657, which is what I said minimum. But you watch that with me. Did not, and this setup right here, love it. Absolutely love it. And I was right. It did pull back, but I was wrong in the sense of it didn't really do it with any sort of force at all. And at 657, I thought that was the key break point. It broke it. You sat there, you watched the whole thing with me, and it just didn't go. It still may go, but if it does, then I guess my timing was just off. So let's see here. Was I wrong? Notice 657's been broken, but it's just not doing anything. Back to 657 on the bid. And the number I'm watching is that right there. Notice how even when 657 disappears, it goes right back. So gone, it's right back. And that fast, you see 57.20? See, it's just refusing to. I thought that this number would start to drop very, very quickly. Like, okay, now it's, there we go. Do you see how fast that dropped down at the 655s? That's what I was looking for then. But even now, that's still, not that I was looking for that first drop I got in it, but that's just what I mean. It just wasn't behaving. And I think that's my cue that I just got today wrong. Today is an environment to make money because I made money, but it was not really an environment for me, at least, to make huge amounts of money just because nothing was really behaving like I thought it would. Granted, I got that one awesome move in Tesla to begin with, but other than that, and I'm glad I called all that because even now, look, just not a huge break. And not that I wanted it, thought it would break down $10, but I mean, even just a few dollars, it wouldn't even do that. So yeah, just kind of a blah type of morning, but you know what? That's how it goes. So I hit the record button. Therefore, this thing is going on YouTube despite me thinking I could make a cool video. And I don't know if this was necessarily cool, kind of just a lot of, that was okay. That kind of worked out. But to be fair, that is how trading goes. And it's about an hour into the day, which is quite a bit longer than what I'd normally like to trade. But it is what it is. And as you can see here, basically 1 hour, $181. And for those of you that have watched many of my past videos, I'm sure you've seen videos where, it's $300 in 7 seconds, or, it's $400 in a minute, or I think there's one video, it's $2,500 in 5 minutes. And here I am, 1 hour, $181. And I'm not ungrateful for that, so I don't want to come across like that. My point is just that, you know what? Sometimes trading isn't always smooth sailing. Sometimes trading, you kind of got to just hustle, grind. And even when you do that, things just don't really behave the way you think they will behave. But the reassuring lesson there is, but you don't have to be perfect. I was not perfect today. I thought stocks would behave in certain manners and they didn't. But I mean, I still made money. So that's the hopefully the encouraging part is just realize you don't have to be a perfect trader. Now you can't be just a degenerate gambler, but you don't have to be like a flawless trader to make money. And that's what you witnessed here is I got general ideas right, but overall, yeah, nothing really just played out the way I thought it would, including Tesla. When it dipped down below, I didn't think it was going to play out that way. So I got that one wrong too, to think that it was going to flush in that amount that it did, back in that earlier trade. So I should have added. But overall, it just goes to show, reduce position size, keep losses small. I'm going to think that I started off the day down $68 and now I'm up $181. I will take it. But yeah, sometimes that's just how the market's going to go. It's not always going to be smooth sailing where you can just do a couple of trades, boom, bada bing, and hey, I'm up several $100 and it's been, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah, sometimes you got to grind a little bit more than that. But I got to move on with my day. I have a podcast that I'm actually recording here in about 30 minutes. So there's a quick plug. If you're not familiar, the Stock Trading Reality Podcast, look it up on iTunes. We're done over 300 episodes now, or is it 4? I don't know. 300 episodes, I think. But regardless, I've been doing it for years now. So check that out. And I'm interviewing a guest here in a little bit. So I got to move on with my day. But before I do go, if you enjoy these live trade videos, they're not the easiest to make because I have to talk to you. I have to make alerts in the chat room. I have to execute my own trades. I have to think about my own trades. So there's a lot going on, but I will keep doing them as long as I know that there's interest, as long as I know that you enjoy. So how can you communicate that you are interested, that you do enjoy these videos? 2 things. Hit the like button, leave a simple comment. The comment could be an emoji. The comment could be, some people just leave a period. Like literally they put a dot. Hey, that's fine. That is a comment and you're hitting the like button. And that's what I need to know and need to see in order for me to realize, yeah, keep on doing these, Clay, because people are enjoying them. People, find benefit in them. And as long as that's the case, then yeah, I'll keep on doing these. But it just, really a matter of me making my time as efficient as possible and, wanting to just make sure that I'm not wasting it. But I am kind of stalling right now because I want to see, does Tesla actually ever flush? And no, even as we watch it this whole time, it's just never really done anything. And I love that setup. And it just didn't go, and it still continues to not go, even with me being out of it. So stalling there a little bit so we can continue to see how Tesla's played out. But yeah, I got that wrong. I thought there'd be a bigger breakdown than that, but it just didn't happen. But yeah, if you enjoy these videos, hit the like button, leave a simple comment down below. Thank you for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.